Hey guys, it's one half of your favorite ELA team. This is Mrs. Garcia. We are in our novel study week 2, and it's April 27th through May 3rd. So your assignments will be on Sunday, due on Sunday on May 3rd. Let's get started. So this week, guys, is Sky Awareness Week. This is actually the last full week of April, and it's considered National Sky Awareness Week, or SAW. And the goal of that is to get people to look up, notice sky conditions, look at the variant colors, the clouds, and how they're moving. There's some ways that you can get involved in this, and they're listed here on your slide. There's some websites listed. There's ways that you can connect via social media. There's ways that you can learn how to read the sky with links. So check it out. Some reminders. Number 1, don't stress. This work is meant to help you grow, not to overwhelm you. So don't let it get the best of you. Number 2, make a schedule. So we've been talking about the schedule thing for a while now. I think the best thing to do now is to create a schedule that aligns with your tutoring for your classes. So for instance, ELA has tutoring on Mondays, so maybe on Mondays you only do ELA work. That way you can ask questions in the tutoring since it's in the afternoon. You can look at the work in the morning and then say, okay, here are the questions I want to ask that I'm confused about. And then when we get on the Zoom and we go through the assignment with you, you can then ask those questions. But please make sure you jump in on the Zoom. We have quite a few people that haven't been joining on. Last week, I think we only had maybe 1 or 2 people join for each class, but we had several questions. So this is your opportunity to answer or get those questions answered and ask questions. You need to join in on these Zooms. They're so helpful because you get to ask us questions live and you get to see us go through the assignment and complete it so you can get an example of what it looks like. So make sure you look out for those. It'll be on Monday. If you are in our first and second period, it'll be Mondays at 1 o'clock. If you're in 4 or 5, it'll be at 1:30. And then if you're in our 7-8, it'll be at 2 o'clock. The links are already in your Google Classroom. You just have to click on them. So make sure you check those out. Number 3, ask for help. We are here to help you. Always. But you have to reach out because we can't see your faces. We can't see the panic in your faces because you don't understand an assignment because we're so distant. But if you email us or your parents call us and let us know, then we can help you. But we don't know if you don't ask or you don't reach out. And then number 4, take a break. If you're overwhelmed, step away from the device. Drop the device. Take a breath. Go outside. Take a nap. Watch something to ease your mind, read a book, but do not sit and overwhelm yourself and get anxious and worry. If you find yourself getting overwhelmed, take a break. Even teachers have to take a break sometimes because we're so wrapped up and overwhelmed with everything that's going on. It's different. It's a different environment for all of us, so you have to take care of yourself too. So just keep that in mind. If you find yourself getting so overwhelmed that you need additional time to do assignments, let us know. Don't just drop off the face of the earth and then reappear next week. Let us know because we're here to help you. And like we said earlier, we're here to help you grow. We're not here to overwhelm you. So this is not meant for us to stress you out, but we do want you to be healthy as well. So reach out. All right, so this week we're going to talk about the elements in your novel's exposition. We're going to identify unfamiliar vocabulary words. We're also going to identify and discuss the conflict and point of view in your novel. And then we're going to do a flip grid. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to talk about exposition. So you have a mini lesson first. What is exposition? I know. You will hear a lot of people say, the exposition is the setting. Sure, yes and no. The exposition is the setting, but it also is other things as well. So it includes the setting, but really the exposition is the foundation of the story. It focuses on the setting and the characters. So when we're talking about our characters, we have 2 main types. One is our protagonist, and that's the main character of the story, and it's often the good guy. And then we have our antagonist, who's the guy that goes against the main character, often known as the bad guy. But we also have other characters, which will be also included in the setting. That's when we get introduced. The beginning of our story is when we're introduced to different people. Also, in our exposition is our setting. So when does the story take place? Is it past tense? Is it present tense? Is it future tense? And where does it take place? Is it on a farm in winter during Christmas Day? Is it New York and it's snowing? And then take note of important events and background information that occur in the first part of the novel. So after you've gone through that, take a look at this plot diagram. I know you've seen it several times, but just a reminder of where the exposition is on it. It's the beginning, because that's where the exposition is, where all of the characters and the setting is introduced. So it's at the beginning. So exposition will always be first on the plot diagram. So now that you've refreshed, you're going to fill out this graphic organizer on the exposition of your story. Remember, it's highlighted. And I'm telling you now, so that's 2 times that you're hearing this, and you'll probably hear it if you attend the Zoom too. And if you rewatch this video, then it could be like 50 times that you've heard this, but use complete sentences. Do not erase all of this and then just tell me the number of pages. Fill in complete sentences. Delete the dots, finish the sentence, and then put a period. One thing to take note of on this page is extra credit. If you want to draw an illustration of your setting, click this link, draw it, and you can get extra credit for that. You can also make a collage. It's up to you. All right, so moving on to vocabulary. So why do we care about vocabulary, Miss Garcia? Why? What does that even have to do with me? Well, what it has to do with you is that vocabulary, when you identify it and you learn the meaning of words that you don't understand in your story, then you can comprehend. Ms. Garcia, what in the world is comprehend? Well, comprehension means understanding. And if you understand, you have increased brain power. Don't you want increased brain power? Don't you want to understand what's going on in your novel? So when you're looking at your novel and you're picking out those unfamiliar words, and then you define them, and you know what they mean, when you reread that sentence with that unfamiliar word in it, now you have a better understanding of what is actually going on in the sentence instead of assuming. So you know what's happening now. You understand the story and you can relate. It also helps improve your writing. So you can use these new cool big words that you've learned in your assignments, and then you build your verbal and written vocabulary. So you can go home and you can talk to your parents and use these nice big vocabulary words, and they will be so impressed. All right, so now that we've gone over vocabulary, then you'll fill out the vocabulary graphic organizer. And